Imagine a world where diseases like smallpox, polio, and measles were rampant, killing millions of people every year. Thanks to vaccines, we don't have to imagine that world anymore. But despite their proven track record, vaccines have become the subject of numerous myths and misconceptions. In this video, we'll be debunking 8 common myths about vaccines and providing you with accurate, evidence-based information to help you make informed decisions about your health. How are vaccines made? Before we dive into the myths, let's take a look at how vaccines are made. Vaccines are created using a combination of ingredients which includes 1. Antigens. These are the pieces of a virus or bacteria that trigger an immune response. 2. Adjuvants. These are substances that help stimulate the immune system. 3. Preservatives. These are ingredients that help prevent the growth of bacteria and fungi in the vaccine. 4. Stabilizers. These are ingredients that help keep the vaccine effective over time. Vaccines are made using a multi-step process that involves 1. Isolating the antigen. Scientists isolate the piece of the virus or bacteria that they want to use in the vaccine. 2. Growing the antigen. The antigen is grown in a laboratory using cells or other media. 3. Purifying the antigen. The antigen is purified to remove any impurities. 4. Combining the antigen with adjuvants and other ingredients. The antigen is combined with adjuvants, preservatives, and stabilizers to create the final vaccine. Now let's take a look at the myths. Myth number 1. Vaccines are part of an end-time antichrist agenda. One of the most bizarre and unfounded myths about vaccines is that they are part of an end-time agenda to control people's minds and souls, often linked to the rise of the Antichrist. This myth has no scientific basis and is not supported by any credible evidence. It's essential to rely on accurate information and not spread misinformation that can cause harm. Myth number 2. Vaccines cause autism. Another common myth about vaccines is that they cause autism. This myth originated from a 1998 study published by Andrew Wakefield, which claimed to show a link between the measles, mumps, and rubella, MMR vaccine, and the development of autism. However, this study has since been widely discredited and retracted due to methodological flaws and ethical concerns. Numerous studies have been conducted since then, involving hundreds of thousands of participants, and none of them have found any evidence to support a link between vaccines and autism. In fact, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, the World Health Organization, WHO, and the American Academy of Pediatrics, AAP, have all concluded that vaccines are safe and effective and do not cause autism. Myth number 3. Vaccines contain toxic ingredients. Another common myth about vaccines is that they contain toxic ingredients, such as mercury, aluminum, and formaldehyde. While it is true that some vaccines contain these ingredients, they are present in tiny amounts, and their benefits far outweigh the risks. For example, mercury is a toxic substance that can harm the brain and nervous system. However, the type of mercury used in some vaccines, called thimerosal, is a different form that is not toxic to humans. In fact, the amount of mercury in a vaccine is less than the amount found in a can of tuna. Similarly, aluminum is used in some vaccines as an adjuvant, which helps to stimulate the immune system. However, the amount of aluminum in a vaccine is less than the amount found in a slice of bread. Myth number 4. Vaccines overload the immune system. Some people believe that vaccines can overload the immune system, making it weaker and more susceptible to disease. However, this myth is not supported by scientific evidence. Vaccines work by introducing a small, harmless piece of a pathogen, such as a virus or bacteria, to the immune system. This stimulates the immune system to produce antibodies, which can recognize and fight the pathogen if it ever enters the body again. In fact, the immune system is capable of handling multiple vaccines at once, and vaccine combinations are commonly used to protect against multiple diseases. Myth number 5. Vaccines are not effective. Some people believe that vaccines are not effective in preventing disease. However, this myth is not supported by scientific evidence. Vaccines have been proven to be highly effective in preventing infectious diseases. For example, the measles vaccine has been shown to be 93% effective in preventing measles, while the flu vaccine has been shown to be 40 to 60% effective in preventing influenza. In addition, vaccines have been instrumental in controlling and eliminating many infectious diseases, such as smallpox, polio, and measles. Myth number 6. Vaccines are not necessary. Some people believe that vaccines are not necessary, as many infectious diseases are no longer common. However, this myth is not supported by scientific evidence. Infectious diseases can spread quickly and unpredictably, and vaccines are an important tool in preventing outbreaks. Even if a disease is not currently common, it can still be introduced into a community through travel or other means. In addition, vaccines are important for protecting vulnerable populations, such as young children, older adults, and people with weakened immune systems. Myth number 7. Vaccines are part of a government conspiracy. Some people believe that vaccines are part of a government conspiracy to control the population or make money. However, this myth is not supported by scientific evidence. Vaccines are developed and tested by scientists and researchers who are motivated by a desire to prevent disease and improve public health. The development and approval of vaccines involve a rigorous process involving multiple levels of testing and evaluation. In addition, vaccines are regulated by government agencies, such as the CDC and the FDA, which ensure that vaccines are safe and effective before they are approved for use. Myth number 8. Vaccines are not tested for safety. Some people believe that vaccines are not tested for safety and that they can cause serious side effects. However, this myth is not supported by scientific evidence. Vaccines undergo rigorous testing for safety and effectiveness before they are approved for use. This testing involves multiple phases, including preclinical testing. Vaccines are tested in laboratory animals to assess their safety and effectiveness. Clinical trials. Vaccines are tested in human volunteers to assess their safety and effectiveness. Post-marketing surveillance. Vaccines are monitored for safety after they are approved for use.